Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, oh, this is my twin point in union crystal, just so you know. We are going to look at divine masculines today. Ooh, just got some cards falling down. What on earth was it? Okay, a whole bunch of cards. 3 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and 4 of Wands. Okay. 4 of Wands and Ace of Swords came out in the inverse. When cards fall off piles like that, I have to take them. So in the recent past, this is giving Tower vibes here. So something about whatever your masculine, whatever you divine masculines have been going back and forth between, with the 2 of Pentacles that's juggling this heartache, whatever the belief or situation or, you know, other energy is that's been keeping you from coming forward to your true union, your righteous path, your partnership with your aligned one, whatever that has been, you haven't seen the whole truth about why this union is God-given, I just heard. So straight up masculines, you've been going through the towers of all the things that haven't been serving, and bit by bit you've been learning why they haven't been serving, but you haven't seen the full picture yet. So that is the beginning message. I'm going to get, thank you Divine Creator for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the divine masculines regarding baby steps to let go of heartache in their lives? Backup plans, safety blankets, safety measures. I heard delusion. What can we see? What is the best meditation for the masculines? Oh my God, divine feminine and shadow work. Wow. Okay, so divine feminine energy. This means internally masculine. So this is anywhere that you need to do that shadow work, have this divine feminine energy come in. So take a neutral approach about your shadow work. But masculines, if you're running up against heartache time and time again, and it's been deluding you as to why you're not getting what you want, in this new energy, ego doesn't win. Ascended consciousness does. And so it's going to be increasingly difficult, masculines, for you to delude yourselves about what is righteous for you. Part of aligning with this union, part of anchoring this in, is also connecting with your inner feminine. And so I'm going to read what divine feminine energies are. Embrace your sensitivity, masculines. So in order to do the shadow work, which I'm going to get to next, you need to drop into the heart space, express your sensuality, reclaim your inner sovereignty. So no more needing approval from others. This is your heart, what your intuition is saying. Keep going. It is not going to lead you astray, masculines. It is going to keep helping you clean up any kind of karmic misconceptions or things that you still need to clean up that are clouding your vision about the truth of what sacred union really is and what your heart is singing to you into existence. You're going to be more and more secure in the things that you're being shown on the higher timelines as you continue to, remove yourself from things that are yuck, masculines. Reclaim your inner sovereignty. Cultivate and nurture beauty in the world around you. You are worthy of love. Your grace is your power. So I'm hearing masculines are going to get rejected by a lot of energies that are not where you're at spiritually anymore. So everybody watching, I feel the masculines are going to be going through some hard knocks right now where karmic feminine energies are going to be saying, yeah, I'm not feeling it, divine masculine. Because they're going to be put off by it. Masculines, your freedom, your light is going to be too much for karmic feminine energies. No matter how hot and sexy they are, they're not going to say yes to you because you're going to be vibrating at a more authentic level and they're not going to be able to hold a candle to that. So yeah, it's your turn to go through this exodus, masculines, from the material templates, and to really understand that you need to let go of what is not for you with grace. Okay, shadow work, clear stagnant energy, change destructive patterns. So these karmic energies, the Three of Swords, this attraction to the superficial, the mundane, the material expressions only at the negation of the spiritual. So no matter how right on paper or how sexy or, you know, how alluring physically some situation may be, there is a destructive pattern connected with not honoring the depth of the feminine, of what you are encountering. Claim your personal power, resist victim mentality, and embrace the mystery. So yeah, I am really getting here that you're worthy of real love, masculines. This is a hard knocks lesson because you may want to gain physical, external approval right now and resist the victim mentality when these karmic energies are going to be more and more saying no to you. You're leaving that timeline, masculines, and you're stepping into divine alignment. So only divine feminine energy and your divine feminine will win the day here, because you're still possibly trying to choose karmic feminine energies, masculines, and they're going to say no to you. Rejection is divine protection. So the tables have turned a little bit here, masculines, and you're getting a dose of what the feminines have had to go through with you and with other karmic masculine energies. Okay, so let's get one quick card here and see how this can be taken by the feminines watching. Form, structure, foundation, and cosmology, intention, mental breakthroughs, and ideas. This came out in the inverse. So feminines, in your side of the energy right now, you're going to have some epiphanies coming through with your own progress, because it's not just you have dialed this in and your masculine has to catch up. No, there are energies on your side that correlate with this, that are sort of mirrored but not maybe directly, but you're going to be getting epiphanies in your own right with what you've got to keep doing as your masculine goes through this karmic sifting. Form, structure, foundation, cosmology. So yeah, your masculine has to come into alignment with the light body, with the higher timelines in order to match you. The potential has been there. The entanglement began, quantumly speaking, when you met. It was a period of temporary autonomy and you both came together in high frequency, but your masculine still needs to come up and out of the world with their discernment of frequencies, and their reality is going to start mirroring back what their subconscious already has included through the journey, but they haven't yet quite come to the conscious recognition of this union. I'm going to read what these say. Lord of the root of the powers of air and Lord of perfected work. So this perfected work of thought in alignment with their material reality has not come into alignment yet. Their subconscious is speaking to them, and your subconscious feminines is speaking to you, but this is about the foundation that needs to come in prior to this connection being infallible once it comes into union. Okay, so this is going to be supportive for the masculines. I'm going to get what are the masculines experiencing right now on the journey about their feminine, about their connection. What would they say to divine feminine? What would you say to your divine feminine from all these points, masculines? What instruction can we get for the masculines in their scenarios? So what are you going through and how can I help you here through channeling, masculines? And then just a little bit of a side energy for the feminines and how to integrate what we're going to see here from the masculines. Okay, what's going on in the masculines' lives right now? Princess of Pentacles. It says Princess of the Echoing Hills. And I'm just hearing the masculines like throwing out invitations for dates or meetups or trying to chat other feminine energies here, and they're not getting anything. It's like their voice is echoing in a room, bouncing around and not coming back with the responses that they're wanting right now. It's a rock and a hard place, I'm feeling, because we get what they would say to you, feminines, is your family won't like me. But there's this third energy here, and truly, truly getting this earlier message reflected in these cards, that the masculines are caught between not feeling like their karmic options are satisfying, are responding, are like they don't have enough options, and then this insecurity. They're tentatively looking back and forth between the karmic lackluster and the insecurity of up leveling. They're in between worlds here. So the shadow of this is they're insecure about how your family will respond. That can have to do with your parents, your bigger family, children, if children are involved, all of that. There's something about, you name it, all the obstacles, religion, geographic distance, needing to move, age difference, gender. There's something here that the masculines are seeing. They're insecure with the karmic stuff and they're insecure with you, but it's never been more clear that they have been afraid at how they would be received in your family. What do you need to know, masculines, about this? 10 of Swords, this is your abandonment wound. So whatever the circumstances are, masculines, that you're projecting that your divine feminine's family won't like them, it's your abandonment wounds. So think of the person or people in your divine feminine's family that you fear would be intolerant most, and really look at your own trauma and how might that be related, because that is the level of shadow work that you're needing to do right now. I'm going to look at that shadow work card again. Change destructive patterns. So this is, and victim mentality. So there is a projection going on about who in the divine feminine's family won't like you, masculines. But it's also tied with this keeping options open and throwing out flimsy invitations that aren't sticking in this new energy. These attempts to pacify your pain or to not go all in, it's bouncing back to you like an empty room right now, because you're meant to stay put and really face these shadows at this time. Neutral, though. Don't flog yourself, masculines. This is about progress and it's about softening. So divine feminine energy within, masculines, this means your grace is your power. You are worthy of love. But when it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, you might be targeting superficial people or people that aren't for you, and being met with rejection and cultivating this destructive pattern of victim mentality. And so it's hinging on this abandonment wound. We are, at the end of the day, individuals, and nobody in your divine feminine's family gets a say over this love. No matter how considerate you feel you might be wanting to be here, don't delude yourself about, at the end of the day, it's you and your feminine. And this love transcends mountains, I just heard. And this abandonment wound is playing out somehow in the way that the masculines are worried about the family of the divine feminines. So what do you need to know, divine feminines? Queen of Pentacles, this is my wifey card. This is the mother card. This is the living together. It's not in the upright. So this is what's preventing you, feminines, from your masculine coming forward right now on their side of it. So if you want to move this energy, really handle any of the discrepancies with family members right now. Come to peace with it. So if there is karma to settle with any family members in your side of the energy right now, if you need to do any due diligence with certain, aging parents or struggling children, or I know there's so many custody issues going on and so many different considerations happening, there needs to be some balance for you. Just plug away at it, feminines, and balance out everything. Do the healing with your family members so that you're going to take or leave anybody who has an opinion about these connections as they come in. Settle it all so you can get to the fun part and get this life partner card in the upright. This is you nurturing yourself. Again, if you've got issues going on in your family right now, your masculine's going to be mirroring that by getting this apprehension. So the quickest way that you can take accountability for that, feminines, is to just focus on yourself. I'm really getting you know, there might be some struggles going on the feminine side in some way here, but your masculine is not there to come in and save you from it. They're actually going to mirror back any kind of that unfinished business over on just your side by having this resistance. So the quickest way to settle it is to jump into full force, focusing on solving whatever you need to there, feminines. See how these energies work together? It's so beautiful. Okay, what can we see for the masculines? What are you thinking of your feminine right now? Ooh, the star, daughter of the firmament. So star-seeded energy. This is beautiful because it's like your feminine has come in from outer space with a brand new radical, like extraterrestrial type of love and depth and amazement. And this is a destined path. So you are seeing, masculines, the progress that specifically your feminine brings to the table, the ways that you're inspired to look at life, the things that you are inspired to rise up to. Your star path of destiny is being initiated by this union, by this connection. As you step into your destined path more and more, your feminine becomes that light that shows you in an external person that there's somebody like you that aligns with you, and it keeps this tractor beam pulling you towards your destiny. What does the masculines, what would you say to your feminine if you could? I miss you, do you? Okay, there's a little bit of a covert missing in the energy. You're allowed to miss your feminine, masculines. You know you could close the gap and reach out here. You're experiencing it as this fear about what others would think in the feminine's families right now, but you do know at the end of the day that you can soften and you can start coming towards here. So yeah, feminines, I'm feeling the masculines right on this cusp of, you know, staying aloof or being able to see how, if they didn't have certain fears, or that as these particular layers of fears are being brought up to clear, that they could come forward to you. What can we see for advice for these masculines? Four of Pentacles. So watch where you're guarding your heart. This is that shadow work again. The Four of Pentacles is lack mentality. It's competition. It is shortage, it's scarcity. And so there is enough love to go around, masculines, but you have been spreading yourself too thin, chasing hollow options, trying to find something possibly easier, or, you know, more of that animal chase. And whatever it is you've been chasing has been giving you the impression that you're never going to be good enough. So take that how it resonates, but you've got to address that at this time, masculines. You've got to really work on your intimacy issues, because you actually cannot come forward with confidence until you've done that. And that is where you find your voice. When you've come into alignment, it is not going to be such a stretch to communicate with your feminine, because you won't be in that shadow uncertainty on a soul level. So you're getting a lot of physical insecurities, material realms insecurities. I'm getting with karmic energy that it's either financially based or living situation based or physical appeal based, that you're not getting anywhere with certain karmic energies that you would like to impress. And that is designed to get you to go in and do some real deep work and to really establish that depth in you, masculines, so that your soul level confidence is up leveled at this time, so that you can see your feminine's value, so you can see the value of this union that far transcends. You have sensed this star path of destiny, but it may feel like extra far from you right now. Something seems to have happened in both regard. Reality check I'm getting, both with karmic situations and with your divine feminine feeling further out of reach yet so close. But it is the difference between you getting this victim mentality released within you and getting your story straight about what level of connection do you want. You cannot unsee what you have now seen, masculines. And so you really need to get real with yourself, that you're not here for chasing a sexy body alone anymore. That's not going to cut it. You're going to have to go deep and do better, masculines. Like, seriously, you're going to have to get real with yourself and see what you deserve. I'm staring at awakening to source, soul confidence, reassurance, source essence. I have to take it because that's what this message is coming through, is no more scaredy cats, divine masculines. Like, really dig deep, go into those victim mentalities and scarcity mentalities and really say, like, what kind of life do I deserve? What do I really want? Do I want to keep going through the motions and look the part, or do I really want to have this next level life? Like, you should pray, divine masculines, that you are shown in your situation. Ask for understanding on Most High. What is it that you need to do to get deep? To go deep, to open up emotionally, to stop guarding your heart? What do you need to see at this stage of the journey? Take a moment, masculines, and really drop into that and ask higher guidance. It may not come right away. It may roll out over the next few days, but you really need to crack this open. This is like an egg cracking open for potential here. It's like your heart needs to crack open and you need to get real and you need to go deep. You need to go soul deep. You are exquisite, deep beings, masculines, but this is really your destiny to go to this depth on a whole new level. What can we see for the feminines here? The Chariots. Yes, again, so this life partnership is not going to move forward. Again, I say it's in the inverse, so it's brewing. It's brewing, feminines, but this is the breaking open. This is the getting real. This is the coming into the physical. The masculines have to have this heart opening. They have to drop into their hearts. They have to dispel the illusion and destructive patterns. They have to claim their personal power. They have to get rid of victim mentality. They have to stop self-sabotaging and going through these destructive patterns once and for all, because they can't backslide, because that will never satiate anymore. So they are going forward, feminines, but it's tough right now because their ego is getting bruised, is what I'm seeing, because they're confused about why they don't have their mojo with those karmic feminine energies anymore. Masculines, this is what it's all about. You are not in resonance with those surface level connections anymore that are of the survival templates, the codependent templates, templates. You are not a match for that anymore. You've up-leveled. So feminines, keep manifesting your highest, because you are pulling your masculines up as you just do you. Don't fixate on trying to do it for your masculines, or you will stall the process. Do this karma cleanup for you. Feminines, keep moving through the density for you. You don't need your masculine to save you. You're doing exactly what you need to balance out your side of the energy, and just trust in the process of this. So what are the masculines feeling on the heart space for their connection? Lord of loss and pleasure. So they know, masculines, you know you've dampened this connection. Systematically, you have killed the buzz. You know, you've killed the vibe. So yeah, there's a woe is me energy going on right now, masculines. And so, you know, yeah, but you can't kill the vibe forever with your feminine, because this is designed for you to see where you kill the vibe and to start being accountable for that in an impeccable way. So we want to see this on the heart space. We want you to be in grieving and mourning of your old player ways, your old shenanigans, your old aloof ways, your non-committal, non-communicative ways, masculines. What would the masculines say to the feminines? Gossip only hurts more. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is they would like to be talking to you more right now, feminines, but I'm feeling they have a few irons in the fire. That masculines are sort of like between worlds, so they've got some unfinished karmic business, and you know, they want to simplify things right now. If they were to associate with you completely right now, or start coming over to talk with you more, or start being seen in public with you more at this stage, there's too much backlash that would happen, is what I'm getting here. And so they're starting to really understand that things they didn't think were so important I'm getting masculines that have been shrouded in secrecy, that they haven't just been secretive with you, feminines, they've been secretive with other feminine energies as well, and friends and family. They've been living double lives. Whoa. So yeah, masculines are starting to realize that there's nowhere else to turn but you. But if they come forward to you, there's going to be a whole lot of people that have something to say about that, and they're not quite ready to face that. So they know what they've got to do. They've got to actually let go of their certain ways that are not allowing them to live in broad daylight without guilt and shame. And, you know, they've got a few different, I feel in the energy, they've got a few different lives going on that they've been escaping into and trying to, like the masks that they wear, or, you know, playing the field. They've got a lot of compartmentalized different styles of living that they've been trying out for size. And so all of those things that are other than their righteous path and alignment with you, feminines, are going to have something to say about this if your connection were to hit the fan, is how it would feel in karmic terms, because it's competition, it's lack. And so this connection would win the day because it is the real thing. And so that's why it would be a challenge. The light, if the masculines came forward now without cleaning up all of the irons in the fire, it would cause havoc. Wow. I've never had such a message. That means it's coming up in the energy earnestly, and that this stuff can never be unseen again. What can we see for advice for the masculines? The devil in the inverse. So only you can break these illusions. Your delusion, masculines. This is overcoming the devil energies. This is getting real. This is you stopping perpetuating the mayhem by living all these separate existences, these secret lust, kink, divided, disintegrated, victim mentalities. You've been in guilt, shame cycles, masculines, and only you know where those lay inside of you. Only you can go in with that scalpel of truth and extricate yourself from these things. It's time, masculines. You cannot unsee what you see. But feminines, they're not meant to come forward to you. They're meant to take accountability for this. And so they can't really come forward until they have actually become accountable on every level. That means, you know, finishing the business with all of these irons in the fire. They either, masculine, so you need to either cut off certain affiliations or stop investing or stop putting yourself out there in fake ass ways. Stop it. Stop that, masculines. Put the brakes on, I'm hearing. Put the brakes on. Control yourselves. Get a control grip on yourselves, masculines. Stop controlling everything outside of you and playing with energies. Wow. These masculines are really getting real, feminines, because they're coming out of delusion here, but it's a big process. It doesn't have to feel bad, though. I'm going to pull a card. Masculines, how can we do this so it's not a bad thing? Starseed Awakening, Cosmic Heritage, Galactic Remembrance. So as you come to the awareness of these things, masculines, it's a flowering up into your higher potential. So be grateful that this stuff is being seen. Don't use it to be in yet another guilt shame cycle that drags you back in and woe is me, that's all I'm worth, and, you know, lash out or kink out or do whatever you're doing. Stop it. This once and for all, stop it and call yourself out on this stuff, masculine. Stop doing the coping methods, addictions, substances, sex addictions, lying, not speaking your truth. Cut, masculines. Wow. What can we see for the feminines here? Seven of Pentacles. Keep investing. This is wait and see kind of energy. This is a confirmation that everything in the energy that could be here is, and it's just now this playing out. You know, this is a gardening card where we've watered and fertilized and got the plants in the right sun requirements, and now we're just waiting for them to bear fruit. And so, yeah, it's not about being in waiting energy. Keep investing in self, but just know there's nothing for you to do. So if you're feeling like you have to do any efforting, just keep tending your garden, knowing that that is how you support this energy for the masculines. Is don't get all up in their business. It's not yours. It should feel yuck to you, but not in a rejection of your masculine. It should just feel like a neutral, like it's not yours. And the vote of confidence that your masculine has got this, that's where you need to be at, and just sort of stay in your garden right now. Cultivate your high frequency, your righteousness, feminines. Nothing lower vibration should turn you on anymore. If you're a divine feminine, you should just be like, my masculine has got that going on, doesn't turn me on. But what does turn you on is when they come through the accountability and they get it, they finally get it on a soul level, that will turn you on. What can we see in the heart space for the masculines? What are you up to? 5 of Wands. So we got 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands. There's the 55s, might be a sync. These are changes. So feminines, if you're seeing 5, 5, 5, 55, 55, 55 right now, just know these changes are playing out for your masculine at this time. Masculines, when you see 555s or the 5 sequences, keep changing up those lower vibrational things. Actually use 555 as a call out number, masculines, that you have to make changes. So 5 of Wands is where you actually, this is in the inverse, where you finally just say those things that I've been doing because I haven't loved myself can go. So that's what they're up to on the heart space. Your heart convicts them like the divine conscience. The Holy Spirit convicts the masculines, feminines. They can't come forward to you and look you in the eye when they've got all that shit going on that they haven't told anybody about. They cannot, because they feel like you already know it. So if your masculine cannot bring themselves to talk to you, if they've got a divine gag order, it's because they cannot be a hypocrite in your presence, feminines. Thank you, divine creator, for protecting the divine feminines. Masculines, that doesn't mean that you'll be locked in a muzzle all of your life. This means as you clean up your half-assed ways, that your tongue will be freed and you will be able to talk to your feminine, and you will be able to hold your head high, and you will be able to look your feminine in the eyes. Your masculine cannot look you in the eyes until they can look themselves in the mirror. Feminines, what would the masculines say? I feel the same way. So as they clear the clutter out of their lower vibrational ways, they're starting to see that they actually have felt this love for you the whole way, but there's been a lot of projections, a lot of resistance, a lot of frustration about the shit they're up to. Wow. And not being able to have their cake and eat it too, because they've been confused about how to get from 0 to 60. So they are starting to clear their karma in a real way, changing patterns. They have, many of the divine masculines have completely withdrawn themselves from most of their old timelines. They've had new patterns, they're focusing on health, they're taking time for them, but they were doing it for ego reasons, and that karmic payout is slow, if not non-existent, in giving them what they thought. They thought that the inspiration that they would get from you, feminines, would make them hot stuff for the karmic energies. They didn't realize that they would not have those other options, those doors would close to them the more they got in alignment with themselves. They thought that they would have a bigger smorgasbord of energy. But really, this is a subconscious thing, masculines, because it may not look like you're consciously manifesting karmic doors closing and your feminine becoming the only option. I'm getting a great deal of resistance. It's like the masculines know the feminine is coming into highlight, but they're still saying, F no, in certain ways. because they want to have choice. They don't want to feel like their confidence is dashed if karmic feminine energies that they don't respect as much are turning them down. They feel even less likely to be accepted by you feminines. And so there is this real mirroring. Masculines, the only thing you can do is start to come into alignment with righteousness, because you're getting all of these, what you might think consciously as mixed signals and frustration from your reality. But if it's not rocket science, if you look at the fact that you have done so much work and your subconscious is ahead of your conscious, and you think consciously that you are acting out and desiring certain things, but your subconscious is more purified. I'm getting that. And so you're starting to get these weird occurrences in your physical because your subconscious is one step ahead of your conscious mind because of the intentional work you've been doing, because of the self-love that you've been practicing. And so you've still got to keep bringing your deeper truth up to the surface, this love that wants to erupt, this pain-free loving that wants to come into the heart space here, that you are starting to feel this way for your feminine, but you have to let go of all the other stuff that doesn't honor your soul. And it's hard because you think if you don't have success there, you're not going to have it ever. Get real. Let go of all the stuff that's mediocre, masculines. Truly, don't keep backup plans. Don't desire that stuff. Keep looking for just honoring yourself, and your feminine will continue to come to the forefront. What is the advice for the masculines? The moon, there's that freaking subconscious. The moon in the upright is when you're still locked out of your subconscious. This in the inverse is where it's bubbling up. It goes hand in hand with you seeing with this scalpel precision where those devil energies of abandonment triggers are, where you are living a half-assed existence because you're still doing things that are wounding based. This is where your deeper truth, the truth that your soul is made of love, is coming to the surface. You're clearing all that crap, masculines, and so the veil between everything that you've used as a coping method and your heart of love, your soul, is getting thinner and thinner. You're starting to see it. And as you do that, your feminine is coming into more confident highlight. Oh, this reading is intense, everybody. That full moon, I tell you. What can we see for advice for the feminines? Empress, stay in your Empress energy. You being good on your own, you taking care of business, you living your best life, you not sweating it with your masculine, you trusting. Feminines, just stay in this beautiful alignment. Hen of the woods, you might want to get into nature. What can we see for the manifestations, masculines, you're wanting? Four of Pentacles. Okay, I love this for masculines because we had the Four of Pentacles with this insecurity. And so in the inverse like this, masculines want to open their heart. So where there's a will, there's a way. This is why this journey is playing out for you, masculines, why you're watching this, because somewhere back there, your soul cried for this progress. Your soul cried for this progress. And so masculines, feminines, masculines are wanting to open their heart. They're wanting to transcend lack mentality, scarcity. They're wanting to crack this code. They're wanting to figure it out. They're intending to. They are getting real. And that is why this is all coming up for you to be shocked with right now, masculines. You're being, I don't have towers here on the table, but this is like, duh, masculines, it's like your third eye just got boing, because you're like, oh my gosh, I've been living these hypocritical things and wanting depth in all the wrong places. So yeah, masculines are wanting to go deeper. They're wanting to transcend. What do they want to say to the feminines right now? I'm too afraid to talk. Right, because they're afraid that they'll have to be accountable to all these other irons in the fire if they do that. But it's because you need to go through that fire, masculines, and figure out how to extricate yourself from all these karmic low vibrational ways. And once you do that, there will be no blame in you. There will be no guilt and shame in you. And you won't be afraid to talk. You've got to do it as an inside job first, masculines. What can we see for advice? Oh, that was the moon card. I put it back on top. Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the energetic, the 5D. Masculines, you've put yourself out in the cold. This is how you come through the abandonment triggers. We got the 4 of Pentacles leading to the 5 of Pentacles. So you do have to kind of walk through the desert alone right now. You have to put all these karmic situations out on the street, masculines. Throw them back where they came from. Masculines, put that low vibe stuff back out in the cold and run the risk of being alone for a while without dabbling in that stuff to keep you warm at night. I just heard, stop being sneaky, shady, masculines, and be by yourself. Face the demons, face the boogeyman, face the monster under the bed, in the closet. Face it. Be alone right now. Put yourself out in the cold, but put yourself out in a different energetic timeline. Put yourself in the cold from those karmic things and get going higher, masculines. This is the key to being less afraid to talk to your feminine, because you know that when you look your feminine in the eye, that they will be able to tell. You cannot come correct until you've done this work. You cannot face them fully. Your feminine will never turn you away if you approach. Not really. If it's truly your feminine, they will always be there for you. They will always be there to love you and to reflect back exactly what you need to see. If you're afraid right now, it's because you know there are things that you need to change and you can't look your feminine in the eye. Put yourself out in the cold from those things, masculines. What's the advice for the feminines? Devil in the inverse too. So keep overcoming the devil energies that say your masculine is rejecting you. When you believe that, your masculine keeps going to the karmic situations. When you believe that your masculine can overcome that and you just stay in your Empress, your energy does not co-create or enable that low vibe stuff. So just see through that devilish hook that perpetuates, that enables. If you know about codependent and addiction cycles, there's an energetic enabling here. And so feminines, do not cling or chase your masculine. Vote of confidence. It is time to be tough love and just be righteous. That's the toughest things you can be right now, is just stay in your high frequency, feminines, and believe your masculine has got this. I'm feeling a separation in the energetic levels here, while the masculines kind of feel what it feels like to be alone in a positive way. It doesn't feel very good on this level right now, though, because there's some clinging and grasping and pathetic. The masculines are in a pathetic energy right now because there's a pity party that they can't have everything that they point at anymore. And the more they become righteous and honorable, the more they thought they could have more and more of whatever they wanted. And they're having an energetic temper tantrum right now. So feminines, don't believe the hype. Just know that this is the passion that's rising, that's going to bring the masculines up into objectivity about what plays out in their life from a spiritual sense and not from a karmic sense anymore. What can we see for the actions the masculines are taking? So masculines, bravery, Lord of Valor. So you know whatever you need to do right now is going to bring you into righteousness. It might not seem that cool, or you might not know what it will feel like, but it does require that you create space from the karmic things so that you can actually bring in what is aligned with you. What would you say to the feminines? Yeah, nah. So this wishy-washy back and forth, it's turned on the inverse. That means that this is the key to eliminating this flimsy, weak energy where you go back and forth, you give mixed signals, masculines. That's confidence coming in, that soul level confidence. This is the key to not being, ghosting or overly promising or being aloof and dabbling, testing the water. No more of that. This full bravery that you're activating to just stand on your own, to come into your own, to come into your center. This is what is going to eliminate you being this back and forth, too scared to talk. this underdeveloped energy. This is you cracking the code of coming into your spiritual valor, your maturity, your mastery. But you alone have to do this, masculines, and you can't keep doing what you've been doing and expect it to be so. You have to change. Requires change, and the things that you can personally change that lead to destruction or dead ends or lackluster results, cut that stuff out truly. It is time for you to go towards the growth paths that you know are unlimited in potential, that you could do and create and be anything that you want. You know, that's the kind of freedom your divine feminine and your righteous aligned connection brings in, masculines. You have resisted that and said that it will squash your freedom because you have been still codependent on these lower vibrational things that lead to dead ends. You've not been going towards the outlets, the alignment that is creative in nature, that fully requires of you to be a free spirit. You have not gone towards that. That has not felt appealing, but I'm feeling this teeter-totter, the fives, where you go from having the karmic quick payoffs, the sexual releases, the quick chase, the hero instinct, the jumping through hoops, the blame victim mentality things, the insecurities, the guilt, shame, the addictions. You go from all of that mayhem, shitstorm, to actually having some gosh darn self-worth and wanting to do better for yourself, wanting to allow yourself to be seen by yourself, by your feminine. Oh my goodness, masculines, you've got this. You have got this, masculines. What is your advice? 10 of Pentacles. This is the key to your legacy, your abundance, your wealth. This is the key to generational wealth, to your happiness. This is your key to the kingdom of heaven. This is your heaven on earth in the physical. This is where the timelines come in, and your highest and best timelines come in, masculines. So this is your choice. You are all masculines. You are all being presented the keys to heaven. Will you take them? Will you take them, masculines? 46:46 on the timer. Keys to heaven are yours, masculines. What will you choose? What is the advice for the feminines here? The tower. There's the tower. This is the tower of all towers, feminines. This is the tower in the physical where the masculines, I'm not going to lie, some of you feminines are not going to wait around for this particular masculine. You will be given somebody else. If your masculine doesn't choose this, feminines, you know, in hindsight, it will be a karmic twin. If your masculine truly through their free will does not choose to let go of all of the stuff that they have been clinging to, this will be you up level into another dimension, another timeline where a different version of your masculine comes in, or a new person or someone from your past. You won't be left alone, feminines. But masculines, your feminine is having a mega awakening right now that they can no longer wait for somebody who is just going to string them along like this anymore. Divine feminines, you know, when push comes to shove, it's make or break. This is make or break, masculines. And so you can see, masculines, it's not an ultimatum, it's not a threat. It literally comes down to your alignment or not and your free will. Feminines, you've got to be in so much surrendered love where you can take or leave your masculine as to whether they make or break this connection. If they make it, you will have the love of a lifetime. And that is what you've got to be aware of. If they break it, don't be attracted by that. You know, that should just neutralize. Literally, you will be given somebody else if that's you. You have got to say, it doesn't turn me on, and go your merry way. Literally. So you will, ironically, feminines, you'll be feeling ambivalent. You'll be feeling neutral. You'll be feeling at peace. Regardless if your masculine is going to make or break, if they are truly at this threshold, feminines, you will be in non-attachment. Either way, you will have 1000% peace if this is your twin flame and they do not come forward to you. You will have 1000% peace for your own reasons as to why you're not in unfinished business, why you can just let it go. You will be shown that. When you are at this level of a twin flame journey, feminines, you will not be in longing or disintegration if your counterpart and you do not come into union. You will have 1000% peace. If you're on that level of consciousness, it will be for your reasons, feminine, and it will be for your masculine's reasons. But you'll have peace about it. And that's how you know it's finished business either way, is if you have come into peaceful union or you have complete released 1000% peace about that person being let go in this romantic sense. If you don't have that yet, your work here is not done. So either you come into union or 1000% release. If you come into 1000% release, you will absolutely have another person come in, and this may not have been your twin. The way energy works is that it cycles in cycles, and it's layers on layers, and it's spheres upon spheres. And so this speaks to many at once. This is not just one message. Everybody who this resonates with will be applying it in ways that are personal to them, but I am getting these clear division of the spheres, the timelines. So I am speaking to those who ultimately will be in a karmic twin energy here, and you will finally, once and for all, only be ready for what is actually infallible and meant for you after you release this person. And for those who this is the one that you are aligning with, this is what it is requiring on this infallible level for you to come into union. Wow. I was not expecting this level of awesome. It may feel not awesome to some out there. And masculines, I hope that you see the love in this direct message. What can we see? So hang on. We got the conscious, the heart space, the manifestations, the actions. What is the biggest challenge for the masculines right now? The Hierophant, the High Priest, the divine downloads, the renegade rebellion of ego is the biggest challenge. You being in your mundane expression, masculines, and resisting the voice of divine guidance. That is your nemesis right now. And the feminines, okay. So this is really interesting, because what would the masculines say to the feminines? Will you choose me? They are wanting to go all in. They are getting this higher guidance to go all in and cut out the karmic BS. And this is the biggest challenge right now, is because they have to face their deepest insecurities and they have to get real. They have to become a match for someone like you to choose them, feminines. And so their insecurities are coming up because they're on the precipice of letting go of everything that does not fit into this connection. And they are getting up that gumption to do so. They're right on the edge of that cliff for the leap of faith. So masculines, thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for realizing that you have been self-sabotaging and perpetuating and living out guilt and shame cycles by choosing other things, by believing other thoughts. Masculines, yes, you have to choose you. There will be no question as to whether your feminine chooses you or not if you choose you. And haven't the feminines seen that? So divine guidance is telling the masculines to choose themselves, but the masculines are still grappling for control in some regards here. So what is the advice for masculines doing that? Page of Swords, keep a beginner's mind, keep an open mind. Each step of the way you'll be guided as to what to do. If the High Priest, if your higher guidance, divine intel is guiding you, it will never lead you astray. You actually don't have to be in this uncertainty about, choosing if your feminine will choose you. If you just, with beginner's eyes, begin to communicate and navigate and move in the world through this beginner's eyes, where everything that comes to you is either a take or leave based on if it's a fit on your soul level, if it sits well with your soul. As you cultivate the confidence to choose with things only when they fit well with your soul, masculines, that is when over time you will acclimate to this as a new way of being, and the masterpiece of your grand timeline will come in. But it's one thought at a time, one choice at a time. And you have to choose you over and over and over again. Do not prostitute yourself, masculines. Do not make prostitutes of others. That is codependent. Do not do this. And I do mean it in a sexual way, but I also mean it in an energetic way. Don't sell yourself short, masculines. Do not sell yourself short. Look for ways that you are either letting yourself down or honoring yourself in all things. And that is the challenge here, is that you're too focused on what others think of you. You're too focused on if your feminine will ultimately be approving of you for the long run. The only way that you will ever align with what is for you is if you align with your connection to source. What can we see for the feminines? The Hermit. It's okay to be in hermit mode about the divine destined path. This is very conscious, high frequency meditation right now. So pay attention to what's coming up in your inner realms at this time, feminines, because you're going to be getting some major downloads for your destiny. That's how energy works. When your masculine clears through these major epiphanies about how their physical has been acting out these lower vibrational things, you're going to also be getting epiphanies of what is possible. So I'm getting that you're going to be seeing potentials. When your masculine has these breakthroughs of what has been holding them back, you're going to be getting these aha moments that are popping off in the energy. So pay attention, keep a pen and paper for some ideas coming in. Don't fixate on it having to be connected to your masculine, but just know that when you have these epiphanies, your masculine is having a breakthrough. What is the solution to this challenge? The Hanged Man, bringing yourself out of stagnation. Okay, so the passion is growing. Feminines, your masculine wants you to know that they're starting to imagine making love with you and only you. 55-55. Ooh, there's those changes. Ooh, we just saw the changes. 55-55, and we're only eyes for you, feminine. It's beginning. So the masculines are beginning to want to come out of this Hanged Man. So masculines, whatever you need to clean up that you know is not conducive to you in a monogamous situation with your feminine, and this growing passion, the attraction that you do feel for them on every level, soul level, it's an infinite love. With the 8, that's the infinity symbol. So this is what's going to bring you out of this stalemate, this uncomfortable developmental stage in your energy, masculines, is when you keep focused on the prize of this, a righteous alignment, when you keep imagining your incredibly exquisite, made for you, divine counterpart, naked, that is like you manifesting them. You need to get through this, masculines. There's going to be epiphanies when you compare what it is about your feminine and their glory and their physical connection with you that is really going on there. It's going to show you the subtle nuances of what you need to let go of that is superficial. And that's all beliefs, not just sexually, not just with karmic feminine energies or lower vibrational things. What is the advice for you, masculines? 9 of Pentacles, come out of codependency. Stop creating guilt, shame cycles in any regard. Hold your own. That's what gets you into high council with the High Priestess. What do we need to see for the feminines? 4 of Swords. So this is after the 3 of Swords. We got the 3 of Swords in the beginning for the masculines. So you can hold the light by being one step ahead and just knowing that it is only a matter of time before your masculine releases all other things and streamlines towards your connection. You know, let that sink in, that if this isn't your masculine, they're not going to do that with you. But if it is, it's only a matter of time. And so let that sink in deeply. That drama and spreading yourself too thin and waiting for somebody that's not choosing you needs to stop. The irony is, if this person is cleaning up and your divine counterpart, that you will have peace about that waiting anyways. If it's not your person, you're going to have peace about that reality that this just doesn't turn you on. But it does go through this 0 point in the physical to come in. What can we see for the direction in the near future for you, masculines? The 5 of Pentacles, Lord of material trouble. So masculines, you might have a run of bad luck. You might have a run of bad luck that takes you away from the things that you've been, I heard, cheekily investing in that are not your righteousness. So anything that you've been getting out of alignment into ego, into bravado, into machismo, into coping methods, anything that you've been doing for the appearance of things, for the status, for the wrong reasons, it might come back to, it might fall to ruin, I just heard. You might have some material trouble that really reminds you where home is, where your sacred home is, with your feminine, with your righteousness. And you know, masculines, when something isn't done for the right reasons, it's going to put your ass out on the door, out on the cold. It's going to kick you to the curb. So masculines, yes, your karmic situations, your karmic patterns are going to continue to diminish your viability. So anything that you keep investing in that is not of your higher timelines is going to bring ruin, material trouble. It's going to keep draining you. It's going to leak your energy, masculines. Anything that you're no longer meant to align with is going to slowly bleed you dry until you get a grip. And as you shift to the righteous path, your abundance will flower again. The unlimited power dynamic that you come into when you're in alignment, the creative potential, the untapped abundance that you and your feminine will bring in once you release those dead end, wrong, for the wrong reasons kind of showboating things. Once you do that, masculine, your energy is going to rise, your finances, your wealth, your living situation, your mood, it's all going to change. What are the masculines saying to the feminines? There's those crazy 8s again. So 8s might be a number sync too. I'm getting to say, I want you. They have not gone all in, feminines, because there's been this energetic resistance that they have to tap in before that smooths out. But you are coming into more of a highlight. What is the advice for you, masculines? 3 of Wands, you have to keep an open mind. You have to stop engaging in things that you know and are familiar, that are no longer serving. You have to keep an open mind of what is possible, about how you will feel when you let go of the lower vibrational things. You watch. What is meant for you will come into more of a highlight. I heard a furnace of love will grow in you for what is righteous. When you stop your evil ways, your sinful ways. Sin means missing the mark. When you sell yourself short, masculines, you lose your mojo. What do the feminines need to know? Page of Swords, keep an open mind. Everybody use beginner's eyes. We have never really been here as a collective. You know, we have not really been in this level. Okay, what can we get? I'm going to get 1 card for the masculines, 1 for the feminines to close this out. What can we see for the masculines? The sun, the light in the reverse. So you are this divine cosmic masculine, but you're going through your rite of passage to see in no uncertain terms what is this masculine cosmic sun. You're not seeing everything clearly right now because you're being clouded by your karmic choices, by your lack of righteousness, by your insecurity, by your investing in things that you need to cut out. As you begin to cut those things out, you become an enlightened master. And you have to go through the fire. You won't cut those things out unless you know why. So pray for enlightenment, pray for consciousness, ask, meditate on Most High, what you need to resolve, what you need to let go of, and why. You don't have to be in guesswork. And if it doesn't feel right to let things go, if you don't know, if it hasn't neutralized authentically, you haven't seen the lesson in it, masculines. So keep asking to be shown the light. Go towards the light, masculines. What can we see for the feminines? Outer core, fecundity. So this is a dropping within. Don't be concerned with appearances right now, feminines. Just keep going into center and living your highest timelines and not being in waiting, not putting up with anything. You know, that's good relationship advice in general, but it is taken to a whole new level when this energetic connection is in the mix. And it's even more masterful to balance those exact same things out. I'm hearing a lot of feminines say, if you haven't experienced this kind of relationship, you don't know what you're talking about, so you can't tell me it's that easy just to let it go. Well, feminines, that's why it's mastery. That is why it's mastery. Bye for now.